Hold on, Toby. Hold on, little buddy. Hello, hello. Dr. Stella Walking Raid. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Hey, Anastasia. Hey, Goga. Wow, are we having a fun day or what? I don't think I got any work done this afternoon. So, let's see. Let's head south. Hey, one of Toby's buddies. Hey, hey, buffering. Oh, it's gonna buffer once or twice before I get away from. Uh-oh, did he get you? Oh, off, yeah. Toby. Toby likes to jump up on everybody.
Yeah. I'm used to that though.
Mm-hmm.
And a dog.
I didn't know DJ was your cousin.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's cool. I like DJ. He cuts my grass.
Yeah.
Take it easy. We're headed on our walk. Are we back? Are we back? I imagine we're back. I turned my Wi-Fi off. Little Toby. Dr. Stella Walking Raid. Welcome, Dr. Stella. Yes, that's one of Toby's buddies. That kid, I say he's a kid. He is he's a sophomore in high school, I believe. So that makes him about 15, 16. And when he first started coming by and he was in playing with Toby, he was just a little guy, probably not even 5 foot tall. And now the kid's like 6'6", 6'4", I think. Only 15 years old. He played football for the local high school football team. His cousin, he's got a little cousin that just turned 14 that comes and cuts my grass. Good kid. I pay him really well. I always pay the kids real well when they come cut the grass. And treat them real good. Kids need that, you know. Teenagers need that. They need to be able to deal with adults and adults treating them right. I treat them, I know the kids, but I still treat them pretty much equal, you know what I mean? They're making adult deals to come cut my grass. They're making adult type agreements, you know, treat them as adults. Yeah, he's a tall kid. He just shot up too last summer. Come on, Toby. There's a nice dog that lives at this house. That's what Toby was checking out. You know how dogs, they got to sniff the ground where the other dogs went. It's the lady there's got a nice, she's got several dogs, but one of them's a Belgian Malinois. They make great police dogs and search and rescue dogs. Look at our boy. You'd think he was a pointer. There's a squirrel across the street he's eyeballing. It's squirrel time right now, as far as the time of the day. The squirrels come out in the morning, they come out in the evening. We're gonna walk for an hour and call it good. I've got one more thing I gotta take care of before the sun goes down today. Let's walk east or west. We'll walk west to the river. It's quite chilly out. I don't know if I dressed warm enough. So did everybody get their receipts and their screenshots and everything taken care of? Wow, that was so much fun so far today. We'll ease everybody to bed. Oh, you don't want to see that end. I'll just show you this end. Toby's how do you say it? Unneutered male. So he wants to mark everywhere. He wants to sniff everything. Whenever he comes across where the girls went to the bathroom, he's he spends a lot of time sniffing on that, because right now a lot of the girl dogs are in heat. And him being a studly male, I haven't heard back from the two ladies that wanted to use him as a stud for their dogs. I haven't heard back from them. So I imagine they're not going to use him this year. Maybe next year. I was told last night that there's a thing that, I don't mean a thing. I mean, it's something you can do, is you can rent a girl dog to have a litter with. Crazy. I never heard of that. But with these purebred dogs, you can do that. You can rent a girl dog to have puppies with, but then you got to take the girl dog to your house, and you got to care for it, and you got to deliver the puppies, and anything that happens to the girl dog, you're responsible for. Yeah, I want Toby to be daddy. I'm ready to. There goes another squirrel. I'm ready for the next training dog. Not that Toby's completely trained or anything, but he's far enough along that I can start working with the next dog. And the next dog I want to start from puppy. So it's probably best that I have my own litter. Find a girl dog, you know. That's how you it's like raising kids when you're raising dogs. You learn from the first one on how to raise the second one. You learn from the second one on how to raise the third one. Yeah, weren't these guys a lot of fun, Dr. Stella? They were so much fun today. Come on, Bubba. I like this YT. And you know, when I first got on the YT, well, I think I opened my account in 2012, but I never started. I only watched odd things or news broadcasts or something that I missed in all those years. I never really watched anything. But then almost a year ago, I was talking with one of my kids, and my kid said he was going to Chicago to meet up with some of his YT buddies. And I'm like, what? And he said, yeah, he was going away for the weekend. He was going away for the weekend to go hang out in Chicago with some of his friends from YouTube. And I laughed inside, because I thought, well, that's kind of goofy. Friends from YouTube, really? And he does gaming. And he does gaming, and so he met up with some of his gamer friends. He's an older kid too. And they had their weekend or whatever, and I thought, well, he says that they live stream, and I'm like, what is that, you know? So I got on YouTube right after that, and like one of the first live streams I come across, because I had set out to watch live streams, and one of the first ones I come across was this trucker. His name's EJ. Truck Life with EJ. Anastasia knows him, and Helen knows him. He's a real good guy. But that was the first one I watched, and I watched and watched and watched. And that was the only live stream I watched. And through that live stream, I met a few other people. But it's like the USA content creators. I don't know. I'm not going to say they're not friendly, but they're not as friendly as the people I've met through Helena Koya. And, which is everybody. Everybody. And then a fellow that was a part of that EJ's people that watched told me, hey, if you want your channel to grow, you need to meet this lady, Helena Koya. And so he sent me a link to her. He sent me a link to her channel. And I watched and watched and watched, and I finally started texting or typing, chatting. I watched for a while. I gotta take a minute to clean up after this dog. Hold tight, everybody. I'm gonna set you down for a second. So he sent me to Helena Koya's channel. And from there, I met all of you fine folks. And since then, I found that the African channels, the people are so nice. So nice. But at the USA channels, they're not so nice. And the reason I say that is because when I go into the chat rooms in the USA channels and say hi to everybody, most of them, nobody says hi back to you. Nobody says hi back to you. If I go into one of the Goga Tribe family live streams and hi, everybody says hi to me. That's one of the big differences I see in people on YouTube. Yeah, I watched in the bushes because I was scared of Helen at first. I was scared. Excuse me, go ahead. She was so serious, and my friend Struggler made her out to be so serious and hi that, yeah, I was scared at first to even chat. Plus there was a language barrier going on too, a little bit. But then we connected and clicked and became fast friends. And from there I met Anastasia. And Anastasia deleted my chats in the beginning, or my, what do you call them when you leave a message on a video comment. But I kept watching. TP, who was my friend? Oh, a fella named Struggler 64 or something like that. He's got a second channel called Mr. Nice. Anthony E. Mr. Nice. A fella from New York, Pennsylvania and New York. He's still on. I visit with him. Yeah, Anastasia deleted my comments in the beginning. Because I don't know, maybe in different cultures, things are different. I don't know. But it wasn't nothing bad. I wasn't being mean or nasty or rude or anything. But I think she just didn't understand what I was saying. No, I wasn't taking receipts. I didn't even know what receipts were. I was just trying to learn what's going on. You know, I had this conversation with Unfiltered Maria a few nights ago. Last weekend, I think it was. Maybe Friday night. A real late night. It was a late night. We were the only ones in there. I think maybe somebody else popped up. I don't know if it was Wakesho or Wamoyo or Dr. Stella popped in later and said, I think it was Wakesho. She says, oh, the story or something like that. Anyway, I had the same conversation with Unfiltered Maria, and I told Maria that I had subscribed to her channel by accident, and now she was the one I was really afraid of. She's got such a serious look all the time that I was frightened, and she was always speaking Swahili, and I didn't understand. But things changed. Things changed once I discovered Google Translate. I pinned it to my start menu. I'd actually hit the subscribe button on her channel, or the what do you call it, the join button by accident. I was in there looking around, not really knowing YT that much at first, and I hit the button, and I accidentally hit the button, and then I was too scared to take it away. Oh, how did I meet Goga? Just from following Anna and Helen around. I followed them around, meeting people, going to different places, meeting different people, and ended up on your channel. And I wasn't scared of you. And when I subscribed and when I hit the join button, I wasn't scared, and it wasn't by accident. I enjoy your channel, Goga. I enjoy learning. And you're a good guy. Scared to unsubscribe, yup. Because I know the creators got. I know you get a message when someone joins you, and I figure you get a message when somebody unjoins you, or yeah, joins your membership. I didn't want her seeing that I had unsubscribed from her membership. Because like I said, I was scared. Come on. Who was my friend? His name is Struggler. Mr. Nice Anthony E. He's got 2 channels. Struggla, not Struggler, but Struggla. And there's some numbers on it. I don't know what the numbers. But he's also got the second channel, Mr. Nice Anthony E. Real nice guy. But yeah, he knows Helen and Anastasia. Oh, and he also sent me to JD. So after I connected with Helen and told him that, yeah, I subscribed and she's really nice and blah blah blah. I've been watching and she's actually chatting with me and blah blah blah. He said, okay, I want you to meet this other person too. She's over in Nairobi. And her name is JD, and he sent me the link to JD. Her I wasn't scared of either. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. Man, I've met the nicest people. And by the way, we're a Struggler. Struggler is working a 3rd shift job. You can catch him overnight, 3rd shift. Let's see, USA time, is probably, well, we're 7 hours behind you. So he works 3rd shift, driving, I think he drives some kind of delivery truck or he's a taxi driver. But he's on in the middle of the night and he's working in New York City. He was out of work for a little bit and he was living in Pennsylvania. And that's where he was when I met him. And, since then, he's gone back to New York City. But you can catch him every night. I think he's on every night. Heck of a good guy. He comes on live, and sometimes he'll take you fishing with him. He comes on and talks about life and what everybody's doing, just like the rest of us, pretty much. Come on, puppy. We're gonna walk past this blue building up here is a marijuana grow warehouse, and the smell's gonna be amazing. Oh, the wind's blowing the other way. I can't smell it. We're almost to the river. Got about 4 more minutes worth of walk until we hit the river. Oh, I can smell it now. Ooh-wee. Come on, Bubba, let's keep moving. Let's get to the river so these people got something to look at. Come on, little buddy. Unfiltered told me she understood. She understood it all, because I was able to explain it really well, and we laughed. Come on, Toby. Once Toby gets near a fence, he just slows right down. He loves the fence lines. There's the river up ahead. Let's see if we can do a little zoom in. Whoa. Steady there. Steady there, Titlepro. These are the trees that Toby came running out of on one of our early shorts. He was doing a sit. He was sitting about here where I'm at now, and I yelled for him, and he came trotting out, and I had that like Russian type music playing, boom, bada, boom, bada, boom, boom, boom. It did really good. Oh, I explained to Maria why I was scared, and we laughed it off. I'm not scared no more. Maria's great. Maria's, you know how you get your favorite channels that you watch. She's on my favorite channels list that I watch. Wow, look at that. Is the sun washing the picture out? How was the music? How's that view? Is the sun washing it out? I'll turn the camera if it is. Isn't that cool? You'll notice I stopped by the trash can, because that's where my boy, he's got his nose. see we got quite a bit of breeze today. It's a little chilly. Is the wind overpowering? I can put my hand over the microphone. Come on, Tobe. Let's keep moving. We got to be back in half an hour. It's beautiful out today, except for the chill, but it's not really that bad. Come on, Toby. Toby's gonna lay down. This is what Toby does when he sees other dogs. Oh, little bully type dogs. Hi. Come on. Come on. Come on. I know. Toby wants to play with every dog he sees. Even though most of them aren't play-withable, however you want to say it. I make up words. You'd be surprised at how many people's dogs are not in control. You'd be surprised at how many people's dogs can't meet other dogs. Like Toby can meet any dog you bring him, as long as the dog doesn't show any of aggression. Once a dog looks at him funny or shows aggression, then Toby's all ready to fight. But his first priority is just saying hi and making friends. I appreciate you, Goga. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for the class today, and thanks for all the laughs. Man, you guys have a lot of fun. I'm glad to be a part of it. I want to stop for a second so you can get a good look. We'll give you a 360. How's that? That's my 360. You know who I think's the funniest person I've met in a long time? And her and I aren't formal friends or anything. We just say hi every once in a while on the YouTube. But it is that Special K from Great Britain. Holy smokes. She is a hoot. Every time I see her in the chat, I'm always watching to see what she's going to say next. She is one funny lady. Yeah, that's my 360, Goga. When I get asked for a 360, we do a 360 view. I need to learn to walk without bouncing so much. People are going to get sick. People are going to get seasick just watching the camera. Andrew King, what's shaking, bro? How are you? Welcome. Everybody say hi to Andrew. It's been a bit. We're out here in my village, looking at all the sights in the village. The village has grown a little bit. I'm gonna hold the camera steady here on this railing, and hopefully I don't drop it. There we go. Isn't that a neat view there? This restaurant right here, this real seafood, they've got outdoor dining. And all summer long, it's packed outside. They've got 2 levels. They've even got an upstairs that's like, I think it's 3 sides that's glass, so you can see out 3 sides. It's pretty cool. Sorry for the sniffles. It's a little bit chilly. I saw Cloud Dizzle in the class today, Goga. He's a good guy. He's come to my live streams too. There's where we were walking last weekend, and there's, let's see, there's the pier that we went out on a while back. I think it was 2 weekends ago. And remember, we went on the island last Saturday, I believe it was. That's the island right there. There's the bridge that we walked on to get out to the island right there, and there's where we played. We walked around the end there. That's our little Manhattan, our little Staten Island. Believe it or not, they put the city dump there. They started it back in the early 1900s. They built a monstrous city dump on an island. They were real geniuses, right? Oh, I know, it's been cold there. You're further north than I am, aren't you? Andrew? Probably, I'm thinking like 100 miles north of Chicago, 100 miles north of Detroit, right at about a line like that. And I know Wisconsin's further higher than that. I've been there before, just once, and it was cold. Let's keep moving, little buddy. This is a nice little marina. I hardly ever see any boats in it. I think I've only seen boats in here twice, and it was only one boat at a time. They don't want you ice fishing in here either, because they got bubblers that run all year long to keep the ice out of there. I don't know why. But they run bubblers under the water, and it keeps the ice from forming. Oh, I can hear geese. There's a lot going on in this part of town. They call this Uptown. I think it's called Uptown at River's Edge. Something like that. Opposite of downtown. Downtown's all 100-year-old buildings. Uptown, I think these buildings are all within the last 15 years. I'm sure they're not older than that. Probably closer within the big ones behind me are within the last 10 years that there was built, I believe. It's real new. They've got a huge medical facility coming in here too. When the water's high, this area down here is covered in water. That's how high the water comes up. Where this lower part here gets covered. The water right now is a good 3 feet below. But this is the only river in the world that flows both ways. Normally it flows south to north. But sometimes when the wind's blowing really hard out on the Great Lake Huron, it'll push the water backwards, and it'll actually come this way, flow north to south, and that's when stuff gets flooded out. But we don't get too many floods. It's normally just stuff along the riverbank. The floodwaters would never make it to. I'm not gonna say never, but they'd pretty much never make it to my house. Oh, it looks like rain in those clouds. I really liked last weekend I did with my live stream on Sunday or Saturday was horizontal. I much prefer the horizontal. You can really see. You can really see a lot. I wish they'd let you switch it in the middle. Nope. My screen blinks out when I turn it. Come on, phone, stay steady. I even have the steady grip on it, or what do you call it? There's a setting on here to keep it steady. Look at that boy. What's he doing? What are you doing, Tobe? Now, I wish they gave you an option to play music while you're live streaming. That would be really cool. 7 million in the building and 7 likes. Excellent. I like how things even out. Like it if you like it. If you don't like it, well. And if you really like it, subscribe. And come back and see us again. Hold tight a second, Andrew, or Toby. There we go. I had my chat filter on. Add a question and answer sticker. Something you're looking forward to this week. YouTube's giving me a choice to do something here. Oh, it went away just that quick. Anastasia, did you go to bed yet? You're supposed to be sleeping. Oh, I'm getting sprinkled on. We're pretty far from home, too. Whoops. You don't want to see that. Whenever you see that yellow bag come out, you know what's going on, right? Okay, Toby, stop moving. Hold on, folks. Hold on, folks. Bear with me. Bear with me. Hold tight. I'm taking care of business. There we go. There we go. Per bag time. I think we got a second one in our pocket, don't we? Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. There we go. Now we're ready. Whoops, whoops. Hold on, Tobe. Now I'm twisted. There we go. We're getting sprinkled on. We'll go up here to the end of the sidewalk and then head east. Oh, why don't we go through the new construction area here, Tobe? It's been a while since we walked up here. show the people these nice row houses, and we'll walk by City Hall and they can see the big old City Hall. Our City Hall was built in the 1800s. It looks like a castle. There's all the people's going home. Everybody's going home. You can see it's backed up. You see the cars standing parked. There's one lane that's backed up. It's horrible crossing that bridge. They've got 3 bridges worth of traffic crossing one bridge right now because one bridge is is getting rebuilt, and two of the other 4 bridges have become toll bridges, and nobody wants to use them, especially the out of town people. I think they're charging $3 or $3.50 for a car or a pickup, and if you're pulling a trailer, then it gets expensive. Even if you're pulling like a boat or something, recreational trailer, or I imagine the semis and trucks, it's really expensive. These are new houses built within the last 4 years. They're condominiums. Oh, we're getting rained on good now. Come on, we gotta keep moving, Toby. I didn't bring an umbrella either. Come on, Toby, I'm getting wet. We'll be singing in the rain here. There's City Hall up there in the distance. You can see it. I can smell good dinner cooking. There's a restaurant here, and they're killing me with the good food. Okay, Toby, let's go, because I can smell it. All good dining. I've never been down to this restaurant. It says wine bar and charcuterie. Did I pronounce that right? Charcuterie. It just means they make snacks, I believe. They're not going to cook you a big steak, I don't think. I don't know. Never been in there. And we're getting rained on. Oh, look at the geese. They're practicing already for their flight south. That big building there is the new YMCA building. That's not the Y that I went to when I was a kid. The Y that I went to when I was a kid is a few blocks over. They're about to tear it down and turn it into a housing project over that area. That's City Hall there. Come on, Toby. The police department used to be located on the ground floor in the back when I was a kid. Don't ask me how I know that. They had a fire here probably over a decade ago. I'm sure it was. And they got the fire out rather quickly, but it triggered the water system, what do they call it, the sprinklers, and then they couldn't get them turned off, and it flooded the whole building, and flooded the building, ruined all the computers. They had to completely redo everything, wrecked all the carpets, everything. It was millions and millions of dollars it was a roofing company that started the fire. And the roofing company's insurance had to pay out millions. I believe it was over 10 million. That's pretty neat. That's a nice building. It's really nice inside, like brand new inside, over 100 years old. Looks like a church, kind of, except for all the windows. Let me check this camera lens, see if it's wet. Whoops. Pushing buttons. Let's see if we can get across the street, Tobe. Come on. They don't slow down for you. In the US, I think it's a game. Take out the pedestrian. They don't slow down. We're trying to rush home now so we don't get too wet. Seems to have stopped for a second here. Come on, let's cut the corner. I don't want Toby by the little kids. Little kids like to put their faces right up next to the dog's face. And then they smile real big and show the dog their teeth. I don't want to put Toby in that situation where he might bite somebody. Even when you tell the little kids not to get in his face, they do. Uh-oh. Are these people for real? They let their dog come all the way out to the sidewalk? That's unreal. That's unreal. You're not supposed to let your dog come all the way out to get to people. I tell you, that's a beautiful tree. That's probably a $700 tree right there. And these they planted it. Whenever you're planting something in the city of your own, you plant it between the sidewalk and your house. Because between the sidewalk and the street, the city owns. So those people planted that expensive tree, a very expensive tree on the city property. The city could come and cut that down if they wanted to, and the people would be out. There's only certain trees you're allowed to plant between the sidewalk and the curb in our city. Isn't that crazy? Everything's regulated. Anastasia was amazed that we got to pay for fishing licenses to go fishing. That's not the only thing. You got to have a business license to have a business. You got to have a license to do anything. If you're going to cut somebody's grass as a business, if you're going to take money from somebody as a business, you got to have license, you got to have insurance. If you have employees, they got to be paid. You got to pay them workman's comp insurance in case they get hurt. There's all kinds of stuff you got to pay. And then the taxes on top of that. Everything gets taxed here. The federal taxes you, the state taxes you, and some of the big cities tax you. Look. Anastasia, you're still up? Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying. I appreciate you. You know I do. Remember the story I told you about the county market? That the politicians snatched the county market from us? This is the county market. This has been here since the 1800s. Not the roof. The roof's been here probably since the 1930s, or the structure. But this corner and the little restaurant there is The government did us dirty. City government did us dirty, and they took this from us. This here was on Wednesdays. It was the farmers market, and there'd be all kinds of trucks in here: farm trucks, box trucks, pickup trucks, cars with hauling trailers, and it'd be full of produce. You could walk from one end to the other and buy tomatoes from one and green beans from another and onions from a different one and corn from whoever you want. You know what I mean? This was usually at least half full with the veggies. But on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was a flea market for a resale, used goods. And this place would be packed with all kinds of tables full of junk, tables full of good stuff. You could find anything from fishing equipment to tires to perfume, toiletries, anything you could think of that people were going to sell. They sold it here. Sure. Come and say hi. Come and say hi, Toby. This is Toby.
Hi, Toby. Hi, cute boy. Hi, pretty boy. You know, you almost look like a lassie with a face.
Yeah, you want to see something cool? Called the Lassie pose. Come on, Toby. Let's see if we can do this. I don't have a treat with me, but let's see if he'll still do it. Let me see. Hey, sit. Sit. Sit up. Sit up. Sit pretty. Toby, sit pretty. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. Come on. Come on. Try again. Come on, Bubba. Try again. Sit pretty. He's not going to do it.
Sit. Sit pretty.
There it is.
Oh.
There you go. And then from that sit pretty, he does a high five, which is the Lassie pose. When they sit back like that and put their hand out, that's the Lassie pose. And he just started doing with the hand out this like a week ago. I finally got it.
The Lassie movie. You saw the Lassie movie. You're like, come on.
Oh, he high fives with his left hand and shakes with his right. No, other way. Other way. High five. That's a shake a paw.
I gotta remember to switch directions.
And then
High five.
You got a high five, Tobe?
Can I get a high five? Can I get a high five?
He's had it.
He's had enough attention.
Yep. Thanks. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, good boy, Toby. Hey, Anthony Chihuahua. What's happening? Do you see that? he's got a second part to that where he puts his paw out like for a high five, and that's actually they call it the Lassie pose, with that sitting up like that with one paw out, reaching out. Yeah, he just started he's been sitting like that I've been getting him to sit like that for a while. It took a forever because he didn't have strong enough core muscles. They got to have really strong core muscles to sit up like that. And so I had to work him and get him strong, get his belly strong so that he could stand up, so he could sit like that. And then it was just recent that I put the high five in there, and he took right to it. He understands the assignment and performs it. He did it really good on video the Saturday when we were at the park. Assad Danger Brand, what's happening, bro? We're trying to get across this street here. We're almost home. Look at that weather. Look at that weather. We're almost home. Yeah, Bubba? Look, Toby. Hey. What? Look at that weather, Tobe. Look at that weather, Tobe. Assad Danger Brand, #1 YouTube gamer. #1 Toby fan. You got all kinds of #1s. You crown too? No crown yet? I couldn't get I was supposed to run the loop today. And when I went to load it up I started trying to load it up at 9 a.m. And the first one I had to cancel out, and then I started it again. And the StreamYard will not let me, unless they will not let me load my clip. They won't let me load the clip on there, and it keeps redirecting me to buy a subscription. I don't know what to do. Oh, you can manage it from your end? That'll work. We'll pick a day. We'll pick a day for the test run. I'd like to go from noon my time to midnight my time, if that's possible. That way I'm awake for the whole thing, and our friends, it'll be night. If I start at noon, it'll be 7 p.m. at Anastasia's and Helen's, and then when I end at midnight, they'll have been up already for a couple hours, so the Kenya people will be able to see it, and it'll play all day for the USA people. I'll get the music. I want to use the YouTube or the StreamYard jazz music is what I need to use on it. Something that the people will want to put on and listen to all day at work. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Not the Toby music or Benny Blanco music or anything hard or too busy. I think the jazz music during the day would be a good thing. Okay. My midnight is your daytime. What time is my noon? My 12 noon. 12 noon is 7 in Kenya. So is that 9 p.m. for you? Geez, that would keep you up all night. We'll have to think it over again. I'll have to rethink it. Be cool. Be cool, little Toby. I think other dogs get frustrated when they bark at Toby and he doesn't react. Because he usually doesn't react to anybody. When the dogs are barking at him from the houses or behind fences, he just keeps on trotting. Who stole my crown? Ooh, come on, Toby. Toby, there's a squirrel in the tree. There's a squirrel up here in the tree running around. My boy Toby had him spotted out. Maybe I should take Toby hunting. If we ever go squirrel hunting, I'll make sure I take him. I bet he'd be able to tree the squirrels, huh? Well, folks, we got about 5 minutes to go. I want to thank everybody for coming by and hanging out. Hey, we got 10 and 10 on my side. 10 in the house and 10 likes. Awesome. Oh, Andrew King's got your number one. Yeah, the jazz music sounds good. You know, the loops that I did early on before we stopped doing the loops of this summer, I used some good jazz music on some of them, and people really liked them. StreamYard's got some really good, easy jazz music. They've got really good music, StreamYard. And they've also got a new section where you can turn on the music right below where you put your clips and check to loop it and all that. The next section down is is where you can add, you can also play music from StreamYard that I think they control what's on it. Assad says no more watching on live or videos view nowadays. Oh, glitches. Can't have that. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my StreamYard. I've got clips loaded on it, and I didn't go with my regular. Maybe I need to clear the browsing history on the computer I was using. Maybe they got it locked in there, that they want to sell me something. Oh, you're welcome, Dr. Stella. You're welcome, welcome. This boy's got to walk. I'm not even really doing him justice. He needs to run. We'll get started back on the bike. We've been off our bicycle for at least 3 weeks now. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. The harvesters are at the park. I'll have to take a ride down there and see if they're gone. Hey, Anna, you got your crown back. Good job. Oh, mercy. Well, like I was saying, we've made it back home and we're going to say goodnight. We've got other things to do before it gets dark. Got a job I got to take care of. I don't know if it's too wet out though. Maybe I should wait till tomorrow. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming by. And I appreciate it. Hugs and kisses for everybody, even the dudes. And we're going to say goodbye. Whew, it's warm. Now I'm warm from all the walking. Are we going someplace? I can't raid yet. I don't have a thousand subs yet. We're actually at 760, I think. We picked up quite a few subs in the last 3 or 4 days. I think it was Monday's live stream. I picked up 6 subs. And the same thing last Saturday. For me, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for our little channel. All right, everybody, y'all take it easy and be cool. I'm not saying you got to go home, but you got to leave here. We'll see you on the streets. And I'm going to need a couple of game overs. And this time I got the chat ready so I can see them. There'll be no crying this time. You found your sleep, Anastasia? That's good. Where's the game over? Where's the game over? I just need one. Anybody? Bueller? Look at that boy laying in the wet dirt. We're laying in the wet grass. You don't want... Oh. Not much to look at today. Y'all have a good day. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Behave. Don't get in any trouble. And we'll see you either on the streets or we'll see you tomorrow. This guy's the star of the show, Anna. You don't need to see the cameraman, really, do you? Game over. Game over. Toby, come here. Look at Daddy. Look at the daddy. Let's say game over to everybody. Let's say goodbye to everybody. Look at that puppy. Look at that puppy. Little puppy. Look what I got. I put the fakie on him. I put the fakie on him. Look what I got. Look what I got. I got Toby. I got Toby. Look what I got. He's so cute. All right, you guys. I'll see you later. We'll see you later. Say bye-bye, Tobes. I appreciate you, Anna. Take it easy, Assad. See you later, Dr. Stella. Everybody that's here, thanks for coming by. Thanks for sticking around. And peace. We'll catch you later. Bye.